Your officials for the game on one is Lawrence Good and William Hughes. Referees tonight, Wesley Chudowski and Jonathan Rojo.
Welcome to the Fourplex, folks, for another home game. This one on a Sunday as we host the Miramichi Rivermen. The linesmen are just finishing up, setting up the nets in the Moncton end, and we'll be ready to start this tilt here today. Dominic Cormier starting the draw for the Moncton Hawks. A battle on the far side. Ref blows it down as Boudreau gets tangled up early with his man poking back and forth. This should be a good one. And here we go. Rivermen get it in deep. They're on the attack. McLaughlin leaves that for his partner, and here comes Cormier flicking it in. Oh, weird bounce. There's a rebound, and Savoie, not sure where it is. It's right between his pads, as that one went off his trapper and straight out to the front, where Boudreau was coming hard. Almost able to get a quick goal, kind of like the Flyers did last night against Miramichi, as they scored 17 or 18 seconds into the game. Hawks knocked out of the zone, but put it right back in. Another weird bounce off the back boards. It's time the Rivermen retreat behind the net, trying to set things up as they look for an outlet pass. Hawks doing a great job pressuring early here. And Rivermen able to get that one in deep. A little bit of pressure put on by St. Clair, but he rubs his man out of the way, and Hawks come back the other way. Hawks complete a change. One man in, trying to keep it in, waiting for his other teammates, and does a great job. Now McPherson tries to center it. Quick shot by Cornette Patterson, but that's just off the mark. Now Agnew back in deep to McPherson. McPherson walks up over the circle, now onto the line, gives it over to Millier, tries to get a quick shot away. That goes off a stick and up over the net. Agnew puts it back in deep. Now McPherson in, trying to pin his man up, and Cornette Patterson gets hit. Puck wasn't even on his stick. So the ref's letting them play here in the early going, which is good. Gaudette now, quick shot. That goes off a stick. Picked up by the Rivermen, finally able to clear the zone. Now the Hawks looking to go up ice as Agnew fires it up to McPherson, tips it in, and he'll go for a change. Casey on the attack. Robichaud tries to come in on Malenfant to strip that puck away. Now behind the net is Robinson. Robinson now moves it up to Martin. Martin, a little chip, a little bit too far, and that'll be an icing.
So we're still a couple of players short with Cedric Frenette and Hayden Refuse not in the game tonight. And so we just saw Eli Gaudette take a shift up front. So we'll see if that's for the duration or for a spot shift here and there.
All right, so two players missing out of the lineup. No call-ups tonight for the Hawks, so they'll be down one. So Gaudette is still up front by the looks of it on the bench. He looks to be on the wing with Cornette Patterson with McPherson in the middle. We'll see if things change throughout the game or he stays that way. Hawks able to chip that one in. And Savoie is going to cover that one for a whistle. Yesterday's game between the Flyers and the Rivermen was a nice, hard-fought battle between both teams. Second period got a little dicey with a couple penalty calls, and the game sort of slipped away. But both teams brought the intensity. We'll see if we get a saying here. Hawks able to win the draw, get it down low. Now they battle behind the net as Arsenault and Cormier try to center it up to St. Clair. St. Clair shot, tipped, rebound, picked up, oh! Right off the stick of Cormier, as he wasn't able to get full, complete access to that one. Savoie sprawls out for another save. Great shift there by the Hawks. As a couple golden opportunities here early. Just unable to connect. Saw a shift earlier. Cornette Patterson just fanned on one of the pucks centered by McPherson. And now Arsenault sent one over to Cormier, who did the same. So a couple good looks here early for the Hawks. Just a matter of capitalizing on the next one.
Cormier takes the dumping off the ankle there from his own player. That stings.
Well, hopefully it's just a stinger. He's one of the more energetic and go-to guys on the Moncton Hawks squad. Another win by the Hawks. Finally chipped in deep. Cornette Patterson on the attack. That's poked away by Miramichi, but good job there by Arsenault. As Arsenault, Boudreau, and Cornette Patterson seem to be aligned today. That one sent into the corner. It tried to be a quick centering pass out front. Doesn't quite make it, stays behind the goal line. Now St. Clair with Cornette Patterson trying to wrap it around to Arsenault, who tries to chip it out, but not, as the defenseman came in to hold that in. That's wrapped around the boards. Arsenault now unable to control that one. And that one's shot wide by the Rivermen. Rivermen getting some good zone time here on this shift. Finally a little chip out. And the Hawks have a little breathing room, although they send that one down the ice, and that'll be an icing. Lots of members from the Pee Wee AAA Raiders team. 5 members of the Hawks last year played for that team. They all had a game just before this one, so they stayed back to watch some of their old former teammates. Here come the Hawks now as McPherson, who's one of those Raiders player, moves it into the line. Guedette up front. He keeps it down low. And Millier jumps in as he tries to lay the body. Here come the Rivermen the other way. Good job there by Richard to hold his member off. Puck jumps up in the air and behind the goal line. Picked up by Richard, but just out of his reach. Millier back to fire it up the wing. Puck's jumping around here in the neutral zone as both teams try to settle things down here. Finally, Richard able to hit his man, but Hawks come for a change as the Rivermen got a little ice to skate here. And they fired in deep. That goes off the glass around the boards, picked up on the other side by the Rivermen. And now a 4-man scramble along the boards as the puck jumps around. Finally, Robichaud able to backhand it out to Martin. Here's a 2-on-1. Brewing up, Martin trying to get in, great save. Another shot there, the second attempt. It's loose again. St. Clair fires off a shin pad as Savoie's down. Now the puck's on top of the net. It's finally knocked off by Casey. St. Clair tries to get it down deep. He does. Centering pass to Casey off the skate. Still loose. Savoie jumps on it. And we get a little couple back and forth after the whistle. As the Hawks are storming the net here in the early going. Still trying to find that first goal. But lots of action around the net of Savoie. Miramichi throws one around the boards. Another weird bounce off the back.
Saw that Friday too.
Now Moncton stood up by St. Clair as he tried to go around him. Miramichi comes into pinch, trying to hold that puck in. Casey trying to chip it out. Finally, Robichaud able to. There's another weird bounce. That's the fourth odd bounce of the game. Two behind the net, one off the glass here, and then one off the goaltender's glove. So,
yeah, we had a few consequential ones on Friday too, coming hot off that corner for a turnover, and out of that corner as well, where the refs come out.
Miramichi wins that draw back, try to send it around to their winger, but Hawks get there first and able to keep it in. Miramichi trying for the stretch pass. They hit it, but it's just off the mark as McLaughlin comes out to play that puck. Great pass there, or attempt anyway by Miramichi to see that. That's kept in by Boudreau. Arsenault going to try to get to it first as he tries to make a play. That's centered out front. And Boudreau couldn't quite get a stick down in time as he got tied up with his man. That one's knocked down. It's high stick, called off now as Miramichi touches it. They put it in deep. Richard able to stand up his man again to give Millier a little time behind the net. Millier, he goes for a skate, fires that one in deep. Another weird bounce, this time off the glass, as that was about a foot in the air, hit the glass. Or sorry, hit the ice and then jumped up and hit the glass. So we're having some bobbles everywhere. From the ice to the glass to the boards to the players. Wrapped around the boards, but not out as Moncton able to come crashing down and keep that in. Cornette Patterson being attacked there left and right as he's trying to get to that loose puck. Now behind the net, Cornette Patterson again being bumped hard. He gets some help by McPherson. McPherson looking for a centering pass. He goes off a skate. And Richard picks it up high, shoots it right on net, but there's a rebound. That one sneaks out. Another bad bounce.
Corner,
Tony,
yeah.
they're left and right everywhere. Especially that door. That's the second one off that door. We've seen another one Friday night. Robinson gets hacked down, and there's the first power play of the game. And that one was no doubt about it as the tomahawk swipe took both skates out from Robinson. And Hawks will go on the first power play of the game. Miramichi able to win the draw, but on it first is Boudreau. Boudreau looking for a little help. Arsenault comes over. And now Arsenault, Boudreau, and Cormier dig that puck out, get possession now and settle things down as Gaudette fires it from the point, tip, scores! And Boudreau able to get the tip in from Gaudette from the point. So on the power play, Cadet goes back to the line, and he's able to get an assist as he plays multiple roles here tonight. Another tip-in goal. We've seen a bunch of them. We talk about it, Tony. That one just fired low, gives the Hawks player a chance to get a piece of it, or at least not be scared when they're zinging by your head. And St. Clair jumps up to throw the body. That one's chipped in right on net, but McLaughlin able to smother that immediately.
And number 22, Mason Millier, 11 seconds. That's Moncton Hawks' first goal, scorer number 17, capture number 7, Jason, assist by number 15, Cadet, and number 22, Millier, 11-7, and on the power play.
This one, draw is won by Miramichi. Casey able to jump straight through off the line and almost get an odd man rush going there with Martin.
They gave that one to Casey incorrectly. I'm sure they'll correct that. Yeah, Coach McPherson is informing the ref there now.
Miramichi now flicks that one in. And they go on the attack. Casey now gets bumped as he tried to chip that out. Agnew now trying to put some pressure on down low. He gets some help by Robichaud. And that one's centering out front, but goes through everyone. St. Clair jumping in on the rush. He gets stopped at the line just after he entered the zone. Puck's in low though. Miramichi able to skate this one out, put it in deep themselves. Millier now a little stop and go up to McPherson. McPherson was looking to hit Martin, but Martin was looking for a change. And here comes Miramichi with a head load of steam as Mélenchon comes crashing in, tries to center it back, but nobody there except for a Cadet who's back up on the front end. As he walks in, quick shot. Oh, that didn't miss by much. Off the shaft of the stick, I believe. So he was looking for low blocker. There's another shot, and this time Sabo can control the rebound, and we'll get a whistle inside. Well, good start by the Hawks here, as they've able to get a couple great opportunities early, get that puck up to the point, and get a tip-in goal early, power play goal. We talked about how they were not as successful at home, although this game is on a Sunday. It's the Friday nights that seem to haunt the Hawks. They did shake off that monkey there last Friday. You could tell by the celebration. It just felt good for everybody to get a win. As the Friday nights have been tough, but great start here so far. McPherson in, helping out down low. He throws the body. Puck's loose, wrapped around the boards. Richard comes in, pinch to hold that one in. And he fights it off in the corner and gets it down low. And that one's kept in at the line by Millier. Millier tries to sidestep one player, quick shot. Oh, off the side of the net. That one's sent back to the line, quick shot, but knocked down by a defender in front, and that'll be an icing. So going back to last Friday, a couple miscues on my end. You know I'm a statistician. I made a couple bad calls. I forgot. I said we were 0-2 against the Flyers. We actually played a game right after Christmas break before we went to the Ice Jam. We beat the Flyers 2-1, so we weren't 0-2 in the last two games against the Flyers. We would actually have been 1-2. So a correction on that one. That's my bad.
Journalistic integrity there by Jamie.
Well, we don't want to give the false information. Our high paychecks that we make.
Exactly.
We got to make sure we get the right stats.
Oh.
Another great chance there as that one just tipped up wide by Cormier. Now Miramichi tries to chip that one in, but Robinson was able to hold the line. One of the other stats that I messed up on, I said we only won 2 games at home, but I forgot to add when Jaden Richford is starting. When Jaden Richford has started this year at home on Friday nights, we have only won 2 games. We had a total of 5 wins at home, 6 now because we beat the Flyers Friday night.
Oh.
Another bad bounce off the ice, hits the goalie right in the mask because he was going to cover it. So the 2 wins at home only is when Jaden Richford has started this year. So those 2 corrections from last game, if you were keeping track. If you weren't, don't worry about it. But if you're one of those ones at home that are paying attention to the website, well, those are my apologies there, and we're back on track. Now down low in the corner, that one pops out, and Noel gets a really good chance as that one just sort of snuck out from a pile of 4. And here's another shot from a sharp angle, blocked down by a shin pad, and here come the Hawks trying to look for a odd man rush. Can Casey get it and get to that net? He just gets bumped off the puck. Savoie's out. Everybody came crashing back, as both teams did a great job. Hawks all jumped in, and Miramichi jumped back to stop anything from happening there. Here's a shot for the point, straight in, as there was a whole bunch of candle pins in front of the net there. And that one was a strike from Millier.
We heard that one off the post and in. Nice precise shot there.
Another little bit of information here. We noticed that Caleb Leblanc is on, or at least dressed, I won't say on the ice. He is dressed for tonight's game. He was missing out of the game yesterday with the Flyers. He's been out with a collarbone. So he is dressed, but we haven't seen him on the ice.
I've seen him for a short shift there earlier.
Okay, so he'll be testing his abilities in today's game here and there. So we'll keep an eye out for him, as he is definitely one of the great goal scorers in the
Oh,
U15
that's
AAA.
bad. Yeah, so he's number 15, White. Yeah, Robinson took one from behind there.
There's another shot, but Savoie sees that one and he'll glove it down. And here comes Caleb Leblanc, speaking of the Devil. We had a game go to overtime here at home. Caleb Leblanc won it in overtime. Scored 3 goals, I believe, that game. As he's got some speed, some wheels. He's got a really good shot, but he may not be 100% today. He's on the draw here now. That's one back by Miramichi, sent to the other side. Good job there by Gadet, our defenseman, playing winger, to get on him quickly. And now McPherson able to jump on the loose puck, get it up to the point. Here's a shot from the point. It's tipped. It's loose. Can they get on it? Oh, great job there, as the defenseman able to box out Gadet to get that loose puck. Centering pass, deflected, and McLaughlin will smother that. Well, probably pretty exciting for Gadet. I know he's your son, but I'm sure he's loving it tonight, having having a game where he could play on the power play on the back end, but then have some upfront time as well. Boudreau, he's going to show off his speed as he flies and tries to throw one down. Tony, we talk about those RVH. There's a rebound. Oh, another one. And they're buzzing. They're buzzing. The Hawks are buzzing. That one's just thrown into the corner. A weird hop bounce again. And it lands in front of the net as they fight for it. We talk about the goalies going into that RVH as the players get closer to that goal line. And it looked like Boudreau was trying to send that one right between the legs of Savoie. Here comes Boudreau again. He's got a lane to shoot. He tries to throw it through the legs and hit Arsenault, who was coming in. That one just sneaks off the stick of Cormier in the slot. And that one's shot right on and covered by McLaughlin.
Yeah, Gadet's had some opportunities in the past to play a bit forward. He does enjoy it. Went off to a tournament, played center the whole tournament. He did a pretty good job for somebody who doesn't play it that often.
Well, if nothing else, it makes people engage a little bit more. He's probably excited. He's going to give it his all. That means other people got to step up in other ways. And everybody sort of takes on a bigger role or a different role and kind of makes it fun for them. That one there was deflected. Not necessarily much juice, but could have been dangerous. McLaughlin was able to get the pad on it and cover up. There's a chance there for Martin, but that one just behind him. And here come the Hawks circling again as they enter into the zone. Robichaud puts it in deep. Casey tries to catch it on the other side. Here's Robichaud again throwing the body. And Robichaud, since he's been back, has thrown a few pretty good hits there in the last two games.
Yeah, he's looking refreshed, not looking any worse for wear.
Now there's a five-man scramble in the corner, which leads it out early here by Robinson, looking for that deflection in. There's another shot, and that one hopped off the ice again and into the goalie's belly. That's the third shot that has hit the ice and jumped at least an extra foot to 2 feet higher than expected. I don't know if they're using warm pucks or what, but something's going on. Down low, McPherson tries to center it out to Gaudette, but goes off the side of the net. Malenfant just overskates that one as he tried to get it in deep. Cameron now being harassed by Gaudette, circles around, tries to hit Malenfant. Malenfant able to get it in deep, and it looks like
a slashing call coming up.
The Hawks, the goalie left, and there's an open net. And there's a goal. The Hawks touched the puck. Or sorry, the Miramichi touched the puck. The ref did not blow the whistle. So the goalie came out. The Hawks got the puck, but the goalie was already at the bench. So they're going to talk this one over. This should not be a goal by the Hawks, but we're going to see what happens here. Miramichi had the puck, and that's why the goalie left the crease. Came to the bench. They're opening up the, maybe they're just talking to the clock man.
I've commented on this in the past, Jamie, and you know, when it's good I should comment as well, but you know, the body language on the bench today, boys are up, boys are into it, so I like to see it.
Well,
I think it's reflected on the ice when they're
100%. And we talked about that monkey, and maybe that was something too, you know, like I'm sure all the parents, coaches, people in the stands, they felt it. Friday nights were tough for them. That's a tough call against Miramichi. They're going to count that goal. Well, that one comes back to bite it. We talked about some of the officiating here. We got different officials here tonight than our typical Friday nights. This time the Hawks get a break as that one should have been blown down. Miramichi did not like that call. Their coaches are definitely upset, and they have a right to be.
Yeah, unfortunately there's no the call's made live. There's no replays here.
Nope, there's Patterson off the boards, chipped over the net by McPherson as he tried to bank it off the goalie. And now McPherson, he's getting his stick going here. I don't think he liked that little bump he got from this guy. And the Hawks are going to go to the box. And they're calling little McPherson. We've seen it happen. McPherson's about, now he's throwing another player. Now there's a technical, and I don't know what's going on, but they're giving McPherson a 2.
A 2 and a 2. A cross check and then a slash coming back towards the bench there.
Well, you probably knew that was coming if you knew they made a big mistake on the last call. So 4 minutes in the box for McPherson as he gets 2 penalties and 1 go-around.
A 2 for 1.
The 2 for 1, the old high school special. Two burgers and 2 fries for $2.22.
Twofer.
And Caleb LeBlanc out looking to come in and get his fiery shot away, but that one was closed up by the defenders.
Yeah, you don't get 2 burgers, 2 fries for $2.22 anymore.
No, you might get a soft drink for $3.50. And the Hawks able to chip that out of the zone. One thing the Hawks have been doing good here early, they've lost a couple draws, but they've gone right through and got that loose puck. We've seen it a few times here. So they're definitely a little bit more engaged off the face-off draws. Able to kill some valuable time off this power play for Miramichi. Less than a minute to go here in the first period. Miramichi unable to make the pass. Hawks send it back the other way. And Casey looks like he might be the first one on it. He's able to get to that loose puck. He needs to get... Richard comes in now, holds that in, puts it in deep. Less than 30 to go here. And it's still Casey creating havoc down low.
That corner.
Now, Robichaud trying to angle his man. L'Enfant up to Benoit. Benoit waits a little too long to make a play there, and that's sent all the way down the ice. That should do it for the first period. They're Hawks up 3-0. A little bit of a miscue on one of the goals, but we'll take it. They're in the box for 2:09 to start the second period. But finally, a great start at home. We'll see what they can do here in the second. Hopefully this one doesn't get ugly as this one can get away by a couple bad calls. But so far so good. We'll see you in about 10. the start of the second. Right off the ref's hip on that one. McPherson still in the box for 2 minutes as Miramichi tries to get back into this game on this power play. They're crashing and banging down low, but Robinson doing a good job trying to hold off 3 to get some late help. Miramichi is still controlling it now behind the net. That wraps all the way around and out. And Savoie has to play this one high up off the glass as Casey again comes crashing down hard. He's been a force there on that penalty kill in the last minute of the last period. Robichaud too coming in for a little swipe, trying to force that pass a little earlier than expected. And there's a hit from behind, and that's going to be called as Robichaud was trying to come in and knock the puck off the defender stick, but in the process went right through the numbers. So a 5-on-3 for 109. So that's a tough call, but it was a penalty nonetheless. So a great opportunity here early. The second 5-on-3 for Miramichi Rivermen here. Let's see what our Hawks can do. Cormier trying to use his long stick and corrupt the passing lanes. Good job there by Cormier to block that pass. Millier, Hamilton, Millier, Agnew, and Cormier. The 3 Hawks here trying to kill this one off. That goes off the crossbar. Looked like it was going to sail way higher than that. Here's another chance off the shin pad of Millier. Good block there by the Hawks. They do a great job. 20 seconds to go here on the first penalty. Can they kill that one off and get 4 men on here? Miramichi moving it around quite good. A swing and a miss. And Miramichi still with it. Quick shot, glove down by McLaughlin. 8 seconds to go before the Hawks get 4 back on the ice. Able to win this draw. Trying for the one-timer, quick shot. This is wide. And now McPherson comes all the way across, but they still got to get a defender down low. Arsenault coming in. Quick shot, tipped wide. And the box is set up here. Miramichi still on the power play for another 40 seconds. But the 5-on-3 is over. Miramichi down low. They swing it back over to the other side. Now behind the net. Looking for a pass out front. A little deflection there as Arsenault able to get a stick on it. Chip that wide. Now Malenfant leaves it into the slot, but that's picked up. Loose puck, and that just sneaks in past McLaughlin as he was sliding across, thinking it was going to be a one-timer. It sort of got caught up. The referee's going to call another Hawks player by the looks of it. And it's the same ref who got a mouthful from the coach calling another penalty, Tony. I think he realizes he gave one to the Hawks for free, and now he's trying to make up for it here in the last few calls. So Miramichi able to find one, and they go back on the power play after that goal as the Hawks take a slashing penalty. Caleb LeBlanc playing a lot more minutes now here, especially on the power play. He's been on for the majority of the start of them.
Rivermen first goal was scored by number 11, Henry Byrne. Assisted by number 12, Pete Johnson. And number 18, Gabriel Moncton. At 17:09. That's Miramichi Rivermen. Scoreboard number 11, scoreboard number 12.
Burns hits Hamilton. Hamilton enters the zone. He's pushed aside by St. Clair. St. Clair trying to hold it in his feet, but Miramichi able to get it out. Quick shot. There's a good save by McLaughlin as LeBlanc was looking to fire that one. There's another chance at another hand pass, they call it. And that one should come outside.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit of discipline here from the Hawks. Been dominating this game really, and you know they're just opening the door and giving the Rivermen an opportunity here where there was none before.
Well, 100%, but I think that the ref definitely had a little bit of something, looking for a couple extra calls to make up for that third goal. But nonetheless, going forward, the Hawks are definitely going to have to be cautious. They don't want to find themselves in a 3-2 fight to the end. Everything else going relatively well. Robichaud now trying to put on the chase. And the goalie gives Robichaud a little bump there. He didn't like how he got a little too close. No harm, no foul. Hamilton crosses the line, leaves it back for Como. Como trying to work his way in. Quick shot, and McLaughlin's seen that all the way. Draw one by the Hawks, turned around and fired up to the D-man though, because that wasn't cleared out of the zone. And now Miramichi was looking for a centering pass to the slot, but nobody home. 15 seconds to go here. Hawks doing a great job killing this penalty off. Now behind the net, Miramichi looking for an outlet as they go to the closest man, but he can't fire that one as he was all tied up. But the Hawks got it now. They got 5-man attack going on. Try for the cross ice pass to Martin. He can't quite handle it. Miramichi up off the boards to no one. Picked up by Millier. Millier gets a load of steam coming in, but he's met right at the line. There's an icing call, so that'll settle things down. We'll get back to 5-on-5 action. 3-1 game. Miramichi doing all they can to try to get the next one, but the Hawks looking strong, 5-on-5.
Honestly doing a good job on the penalty kill as well.
Millier back up at the line, goes down low to Boudreau. Boudreau tries to find Cormier down low. Now Arsenault tries to center out to Boudreau. Boudreau's right there. Quick shot, loose, and Savoie give a pounce on that. I do like how the Hawks are just shoveling passes towards the middle and looking to get feisty. They haven't necessarily found one, but that was one thing I found the Hawks struggled with sometimes this year, is wanting a goal more than the other team wanted to stop you. But this time here, we've had a couple good looks in front. We just were tied up. So Miramichi this game has done a good job overall tying those guys up. But Moncton's there. They're ready for it. Goalie stick is way out at the ringette line. Don't ask me how that happened, but there's a rebound. Goalie still doesn't have his stick. His player throws it back down to him. Hawks turning around as they try to come in. Here's Arsenault and Cormier. Oh, the centering pass to Boudreau, but he fans on it. That one up to Millier. Millier able to knock it in deep. Arsenault chips it back, trying to hit Cormier. Goes off a stick and wide. Richard moves it down, load up high, and now a shot from up high, and it deflects in, and the goalie lost the stick again. Not sure what's going on with that, but another tip-in goal, shot from the point. The Hawks have found their stride. Miramichi was able to win that draw, but Gadet straight through, able to get it in deep now. McPherson applying a little pressure. Burnett Patterson trying to tie up his man. Robichaud tries to knock that in deep. Now everybody's tied up in the neutral zone here. Lots of flying elbows and hands to the face, but nothing called. There's St. Clair with a beauty hit. Hands low right into the sternum and threw his man to the boards. That one's kept in by McPherson off the hip. McPherson down low causes a turnover. Tried to feed that out front. Now off the boards. Robinson able to get that in deep. He has to take a hit, but gives one back at the same time. Robinson fires it up. Tries to hit Gadet with the big long stretch pass. And now Millier unable to knock that one down, but he gets back immediately. Miramichi still in control down low. That hops off the stick, picked up by Robichaud, and Hawks come back the other way. Casey now. He tries to fire that out front, but that puck takes a weird hop. Millier now will reverse to Casey. Casey chips it over to Martin, but that's just in the feet. He can't control that one. Rivermen get it in deep. Millier trying for the stretch pass. That's offside. As Casey was hoping for it about a half a second earlier.
This one gets sent all the way back.
Robinson now pinning his guy up against the boards. With some help by Cormier. Puck takes a hop out. And here come the Hawks. Boudreau now throws that one on the net. I like that, Tony.
Yep.
He didn't try to score. He tried to create a rebound there. We've seen them work in practice with a similar play.
Yeah, didn't have a straightforward pass to make, so get it off the goalie, look for a rebound.
Cormier was crashing down on the net looking for a rebound. But he was tied up by his man, so great opportunity again for a good play by the Hawks. Cormier now tries to hit Arsenault. Arsenault tries to drop it back for Richard. Richard a little backhand loose. Richard was hoping for that about 2 feet sooner.
Yeah.
As he almost overskated that one, but still got the shot away, and that just almost fooled Sabo as he just got a skate on it. Arsenault tries to drop that one back, but this time Miramichi was waiting for it. Sabo covers that one up. Well, about halfway through this game, you couldn't ask for a better start by the Hawks. They got a couple power play goals, or at least a power play goal to start things off. The second power play goal was an empty netter that probably shouldn't have been an empty netter. Couple tip-ins, they're driving the net, getting some tips, doing a lot of right things here tonight, applying a lot of pressure. This was the team that we're used to seeing early on this year. And everybody just seems to be, like you said, the body language, everybody just flowing. Down low, Hawks looking for something behind the net. pinned is Gaudette, but Gaudette's still able to come out with it. Oh, right to Cornette Patterson, who got a really good shot away. I don't know how he missed that one. Might have went off a defender and wide or blocked, but that was a great passing attempt. Stretch pass, cut off, but it sneaks through St. Clair. Millier back to try to disrupt it. Miramichi trying to set her out front to their man. Hawks got tangled up in positions there as that puck jumped off the stick of St. Clair. St. Clair up to Gaudette, who tried to hit Cornette Patterson skating through. That gets knocked in deep. And back and forth we go here. Finally, the Hawks have enough of that. They send that the length of the ice. It'll be an icing, but they'll get a change here. A shot from a rainbow shot. Old little arcer. Dexter easily controls that one. We'll get another draw to the right side. Ref having a little talk with Dexter. Not sure what about.
I didn't see anything worth talking about, but
another shot right on. Takes a funny hop, but McLaughlin able to pounce on that.
guess the coach didn't like what he saw there.
Yeah, changed the whole line.
2-second shift.
That was won by Miramichi. Fire from the point. McLaughlin easily sees that one and steers that aside. Miramichi's game. Work hard down low, try to create some winning battles, get it to the point, just fire it through and hope for the best. Here's another chance, and that puck's loose. I'm not sure. I can't see behind a couple of the players. McLaughlin was sprawled down, but able to keep that one out.
Millier tried to block the dump in there and went into the boards a little bit awkwardly. And he didn't look 100% coming off the boards there. Yeah, you see him laboring a little bit coming to the bench.
Yeah, a little grimace. Down low is Martin. Casey now trying to dig that puck loose. And now two Hawks players in the same spot, but Casey coming for a change. He's got to be careful here. One of the Hawks players was looking to jump on, but that puck was right in front of the bench. Stretch pass. Doesn't quite make it through, but Miramichi able to chip it in deep. St. Clair wraps it around. Miramichi going to be first to get to it. Hawks able to strip that away, clear the zone. And now Arsenault trying to apply a little pressure. Big hit there by Robinson as he stands up his man. Stretch pass trying to get through to Arsenault off a couple skates. Hawks get it in deep. Boudreau throws the body down low. Rivermen now trying for the cross ice pass. That's knocked down by Robinson. Boudreau tries to go through the legs of his man. He stood up. Miramichi up the wing. Unable to clear here. And a chance there for the Hawks as they tried to send that down low quickly to Arsenault, but that just hops off his stick.
Millier back out there. Happy to see that.
wrapped around. Miramichi trying to enter the zone and control for once, but the Hawks doing such a great job cluttering up the zone, forcing them to chip it in and being able to get bodies on it quickly. Probably pretty frustrating for the Rivermen. Here's a stretch pass cut off by Caleb Leblanc. And now Rivermen trying to take advantage of that turnover, but high up at the line it is. And Caleb able to walk in. He's got a quick shot, but he puts it right in the stomach, and the rebound is covered immediately by McLaughlin. You don't want to give him too many shots in that slot.
No, not at all.
He can be hurt or not hurt, but he's got a dandy, especially in that.
Yeah, didn't seem to have all that he normally has on his shot on that one.
He's been playing his regular shifts here in the second half of this game for sure. He looks to settle in quite nicely. Probably nice to get back after we went out during the ice jam, which was early January.
Well, we're probably talking about 7 weeks now.
That one's shot in from the point wide. Now it's back up to the point, tries to sail that one through off set of shin pads, and here comes McPherson. McPherson just throws that one on net. And now, two Hawks players ended up in the same place, and both of them hesitated on who was taking the puck. Miramichi was able to take control, shoot down the ice. Cornette Patterson now over to Cadet as he chips it in. He's trying to catch it on the other side. And that one sneaks out the back end, but Cornette Patterson there to hold it in as he tries to center it. Cadet now tries to center it over to McPherson to chip in. And here's a loose puck. Agnew's going to have to get his stick on that. He's able to keep his defender wide. There's a shot from out far, wide. Agnew down low, waiting for some help. Cornette Patterson's there. There's St. Clair jumping in as he knocks it over to Cadet and jumps in on the rush. As he chips it past one guy, but gets stood up late, no call. I don't mind that no call, 4-1 game with the Hawks definitely pressing more so. Out front to Martin, can't quite get it from his backhand to his forehand in time. Now Agnew at the point gets it in deep. She just turns and fires. They had enough of that. That'll be an icing. They'll change some members up. Miramichi able to poke that one all the way around to the other side, but great job there by Martin to get there quick to hold it in. He nails his man from behind. He was trying to keep that puck in. It was up in the air, and he knew he might have to go through the player to keep it in. And unfortunately, he hit a smaller guy who went flying, and he's going to take the charging call on that. The reason why this game has been able to remain somewhat close is the Hawks have been penalized quite a bit in this second period. Which allows the score to look a little closer than what we're witnessing. And here's a great chance as it takes a weird bounce for Casey alone. He tries to do the Kucherov, I think, there.
Yeah, the no move.
The Hawks have had a couple breakaways in the last couple of games, and that used to be a meal ticket for the Hawks. We scored a bunch shorthanded, but the last couple breakaways that the Hawks have had haven't gone their way. We've been snake bitten in that department. Casey doing a great job down low as he's all alone. Tries to center it out front to Cormier.
I'd say Casey's been one of our better penalty killers all season here, especially second half.
He's definitely been working hard. Him, McPherson, and even Robichaud in the last couple games working hard down low.
A lot of it's stopping on pucks, right? Not giving any time or space to the other team to do anything much with it.
Hawks get caught. Changing 2 up. Able to get 2 back there. That's happened quite a few times this year, Tony. That one not as significant as they were able to get back. Miramichi able to control the puck here with 15 seconds to go in this power play. It's been Hawks with the better chances on the penalty kill here. Robinson trying to hold off his man. That goes back up to the point. Now down low. Gonna have one more chance to set up something. Arsenault finally gets into the play. Now we're back to full 5-on-5 here. Arsenault looking for the breakaway, but that hops over his stick. He's gonna get a shot away. Can he get it? No, he's gonna set her back out. Quick shot by Cormier. And Cormier gets stoned. He's been snake bitten too, Tony. Cormier's had a couple good looks in the last few games, and he has had a couple goals as well, but he could have a few more as well. He's had a couple good chances. He's always in the mix. He's been one of the more consistent players for sure. But everybody's moving and grooving tonight. Face-off win by the Hawks. Agnew sends it back down low. Cormier trying to walk out and see Millier, who was set up in the slot, but stick got into the way of that option.
Millier may already have 2 here. I'm not sure who's been credited with the goals, but
it's a step up by Hamilton, and Cormier again unable to get
on him yet.
Yeah, that one snuck away from the stick. Cormier all alone looking for that one to get through, but he's able to chip it up to Arsenault. Arsenault over to Cormier. Cormier gets his stick checked at the last second, and I think they're going to call a hook on it. Yeah.
Cormier was in front of the ref saying, what's this? Like, you got to call that.
Well, he sold it if anything else, because sometimes when you're in a game like this and you're having lots of great opportunities, they might not call that one. But if you're right in front of them and you say, hey, listen, there's a little hook there.
And they may let a lot of stuff go, but when it's a grade A scoring opportunity, I mean, you'd like to see that one called. And it was, so.
Millier now looking for open net. Fired, rebound. Save, a rebound again. Save, another one. Oh, McPherson almost put in the third. Really able to knock that one down with his hand. He sends it in deep. That should do it for this period, but the Hawks have come close again. They're up 4-1. They're moving and grooving. Soaring, as they say here after the second. Couple little penalties got them in trouble from getting a lot further ahead, but it's a 4-1 lead going into the third. We'll see what they got left here. See you in 10. right, folks, we're set here for the third period. Hawks are on the power play for 137. Miramichi able to turn and fire that down, knocked down by a stick. And almost a giveaway there. Good job there by McLaughlin. They come out and give that a little poke. Here come the Hawks as they move into the zone. Arsenault up high to Millier. Millier to Gadet. Gadet back on that defensive roll here on the power play. Quick shot, and that's smothered by Savoie. So the Hawks still continuing with this power play lineup. Every chance they get to start them off here, trying to get them going for the remaining few games of this year. Hope that they can find the winning ticket. As Provincial's near, that's a high stick.
So after this one, Jamie, we have, what, 4 more left? Against the Rivermen and Caps all the way through.
Home and homers against the Caps, then home and homers to finish off the year with Rivermen again. Cormier now sends that all the way around to Gadet, picks it up over to Millier. Millier hammers down on one, and that goes off the post, I believe. Small tip there. Down low, Arsenault. Arsenault tries to send it over to Millier. Millier gets caught up in a few people there, so he backs off. Gadet now sending one through, looking for the tip. In front is Cormier. And now Millier fires another one through. And that tips up wide, off and it post to the glass there and took a funny bounce. That one tries to get centered by Arsenault. Kept in by Millier at the line. Millier's got to be quick. Great little move there. Tries to walk in over to Cormier. Cormier, quick shot, knocked down. And somebody goes down here at the boards. Gadet was coming for a change and
Blew a tire at the bench.
Went down there. A little confusion, but here's another shot wide all the way around as it kept in, yes, by the Hawks, but kicked up by LeBlanc as he heads back the other way. LeBlanc trying to get around St. Clair, but he's able to hold him off. LeBlanc back up high. Sent back down low, now behind the net. Miramichi looking for a centering pass, and there it is. Great save by McLaughlin with the blocker. Now the Hawks try to chip that one out as they look to get some fresh legs. Richard give that one away, but giving right back to the Hawks. Casey sends that one in. Martin down low to Casey. Casey waiting for some help. Robichaud. He's knocked off the puck, and Miramichi tries to bank that one off the boards and out. And now just over the line, the Hawks trying to get it right back in. Robichaud sends it deep, goes for a change. Casey down low. That one sneaks on the top of the back of the netting, and it's blown down. Able to win that draw. They send it back, but Gadet goes straight through and picks up the loose puck. Now along the boards, Miramichi able to chip that one out. Agnew got to be quick to be on this one as he's got two defenders, but that chips off one of the Miramichi people and out of bounds. Hawks try to chip that one past, trying to look for the odd man rush. McPherson sneaking in on the far side, looking for the tip, and that's just out of reach as Gannett tried to find him. Owens wrapped around, but not out. The Hawks have been doing a great job keeping that puck in play. That one jumps up again. Savoie steers it to the side. Rivermen able to make this pass, but cut off by Richard and up the ice. Almost too many men on the ice there for the Rivermen. And the linesman's going to call an offside. Well, going back to that 6-2 win over the Caps. This is the most goals the Hawks have scored. We had a 3-2 win last game, and I believe it was a 5-3 loss to the Rangers.
Yeah, for sure, good offensive showing here today because we could have quite a few more as well.
100%. They're doing the right things, that's for sure. Like to see the face-off draws one a few more times, but at least they're getting through off the face-off and getting to loose pucks. There's a chance in the slot again. We've seen a few of those just skip off the stick. More than one. Boudreau almost was able to put that one to the back of the net. Boudreau gets a high stick as two sticks came up and collided there. Seems to be okay. Arsenault over to Boudreau, that's just behind him. Miramichi able to take advantage, but unable to find the pass immediately as that puck pops out of play, blown down. Both teams will get a change. Well, not a busy night for McLaughlin, but he's made a couple good little saves there. Nice blocker one there last, and a couple of decent glove saves in the second. Sometimes these goalies have to be kind of like Canada. We talked about it on Friday, how that game was very similar to the gold medal game, but in the same fashion, sometimes the goalies have to be sharp once in a while after a long dry spell of no pucks on net. There's a great chance here, and that one's off the crossbar and down. I gotta stop talking about stuff like that. It seems like whenever you talk about things like that, it happens.
Jinx, yeah.
It is. That Miramichi player was left all alone in the slot, and he went Bardowski. Well, that'll cut the lead. 2-goal spread now. There's plenty to go here.
Rivermen second goal, scorer number 8, Alex Hamilton. Assisted by number 15, Caleb LeBlanc. At number 12, Pete Thompson at 14-33. As Rivermen's second goal, scorer number 8, Hamilton. Assisted by number 15, LeBlanc. At number 12, Thompson at 14-33.
Hawks off the glass and out. Casey trying to apply a little pressure. Force a bad pass. Here comes Caleb LeBlanc looking to move to his forehand. And although that wasn't on his strong suit, he does seem to be missing a little pepper in his shot, like you had mentioned earlier, Tony. There's a hook, as the Hawks are gonna go to the box. Casey a little too aggressive, gets that stick up into the hands. And all of a sudden, we might have a little hockey game here. Draw one by Miramichi, back to Cameron. Cameron tries to send that through a bunch of bodies, but it goes off a chest protector of big number 7 in front of the net. That's centered through everybody. That just sneaks over the line, as that was a grade A chance there by the Rivermen if they could have controlled that pass. Hawks able to fire that one down the ice, kill some valuable seconds off the clock, and now Miramichi. Noel coming through the zone. He gets bumped, still in possession. Moves it down low to Malenfant. Malenfant looking out front. Taking a look, all the way over to Noel. Noel shooting, looking for that far man on the side. Another penalty coming up to the Hawks. This is getting ridiculous now, as Miramichi is going to go on a 5-on-3, but they got total control here. And finally, Robinson able to touch that puck. So a hooking call coming. And Miramichi finding some wiggle room, some space, some opportunities to get back in this game. The Hawks are going to have to get grooving here if they want to kill this one off. 45 seconds to go in this 5-on-3 for the Rivermen. Rivermen win the draw. They've been really good on the draws here tonight. That one's picked up by Boudreau and sent down, as he does a good job sticking with his man. LeBlanc moves through, fires one. That one squirts off to the side after McLaughlin's able to get a pad on it. Burns back up high, sent down low, and Caleb unable to tap that in as it was on his backhand. 4 seconds to go on this 5-on-3. They get it back up to LeBlanc. Quick shot. Oh, that one's off Millier. Quick shot again, and that's deflected up high. So that'll do it for one penalty. Millier takes the brunt of that one with another blocked shot.
Looks like took that off of the calf of the skate there, the foot off of the toe. Smiling, so doesn't look too bad.
Well, the Hawks overall have always done a good job killing off penalties, and getting it to a 5-on-4 is definitely good news for them. Rivermen able to hold this one in. Now down low, Rivermen up high. They just float one in, and that sort of takes a rainbow curve. McLaughlin able to steer it aside. Now LeBlanc with a sharp angle up to Hamilton. Hamilton down to LeBlanc. LeBlanc tried to feed that one through the legs of Agnew. Maybe tried to force that one a little too much. Now back up to Hamilton. Quick shot. That doesn't miss by much. Picked up by LeBlanc. LeBlanc takes a one-timer, fans on it a little bit. And it's been all Miramichi controlling this puck overall. Hawks doing a good job keeping them to the outside. There's another shot, hits a defender in front. Miramichi trying to pick up loose pucks. And here they are again with control, but penalties expiring here. They're going to have one last setup here. As they turn and fire, a rebound, it's loose, another rebound, but they can't quite get a full stick on it. And here's a breakaway for Cadet with Arsenault. Oh, and that one's just a little bit too far off the mark, but Cadet gets it back, unable to tap that one in. We thought the play was over. They had a second go at that, so great job there by the Hawks to kill a 5-on-3 off, as if they would have been able to score at least one goal on that one, Tony. We would have been in for an exciting finish. Still far from over, but we may not see another 5-on-3 if I was a betting man. But 10 minutes to go here in the third period, a 2-goal game. Hawks still up, impressing. Like we said, it could be a lot more, but penalty trouble for the Hawks has put them in the box and kept them from getting that extra couple goals. Another draw won by the Rivermen. I can't remember the last time the Hawks have actually won a draw. That one's centered out front. And another great chance. And Tony, I know these shots aren't getting through the Rivermen are doing a good job stick checking our Hawks, but I like that the Hawks have their sticks on the ice now, almost ready for shots. So at least they're getting the opportunity. Before, we used to always have our sticks in the air, kind of like lacrosse. Just not quite ready to pull the trigger, but we're ready now. We just haven't been able to get a couple clean ones away. There's a shot that goes sailing over the net. Looks like a 9-iron was taken out of the bag on that one. That one's offside. A loose puck off the draw. Miramichi able to get it in deep. St. Clair rolls back the other way. Now Robinson able to move it up to Casey. Casey sidesteps a hit as he tries to get that in deep, but he's stripped of the puck. And St. Clair with a little bump to hold Benoit off, as he tried to knock that puck past him and catch it on the other side. Casey now able to hit Hamilton at the line. And now the stick's all wrapped around in St. Clair. Lots of action going on low. We're gonna see a slash come to St. Clair. And the Hawks are going back to the box, Tony. St. Clair took a bad slash there at the end. They were all tied up. And instead of calling both right away, the refs have totally gone in favor of the Rivermen as far as penalties are concerned. Some of them just for sure, but probably allowed a little bit too much time of entanglement up there in the corner. Should have just threw both of them in the box. They were both pushing and shoving and went on for several minutes. Probably should have been called after the first 5 to 10 seconds. However, Miramichi gets themselves a chance. Caleb LeBlanc. Shot from the point, tipped wide.
That's Hawks goalie number 11, St. Clair. 2 minutes for Slauson at 8:05.
And it looks like a rugby scrum there as everybody's down low, shoulder to shoulder. Great job. Hawks just killing off valuable time as everybody just pushing up against the boards. Players don't realize they can just stick the stick behind the shin pads and use mechanical advantage by just pulling out. But we'll take it as it's killed off 45 seconds here so far. LeBlanc gets his feet moving. 2 to beat, tries to fire one through the legs of the defender. LeBlanc unable to steer that aside. Miramichi might be kicking themselves in the butt after this game. They've had a lot of power play chances, just unable to score and get themselves back into this game. As that's been really the only avenue to success this game. 5-on-5, Hawks been all over them. But the penalty trouble of the Hawks has given Miramichi a chance, but Miramichi just unable to find a way to the back of the net as the Hawks just doing a great job killing penalties one after another. And I hesitate to say that because last time I spoke up, Miramichi was able to find the back of the net. Moncton now stick checked. Back up it goes though. Miramichi down to the last 10 seconds. Great job there by Millier to force his man to the boards. Moncton now down low. Hawks back to 5-on-5. Shot from the point. Dexter finds that one through a few bodies. Able to steer that aside. Now Cornette Patterson to McPherson, back to Cornette Patterson, quick shot, another rebound, scores! And he's able to get his own rebound like McPherson on Friday night. And finally, the Hawks back on 5-on-5. Able to give themselves a little bit more breathing room with 5:34 to go. Another chance, so off the bar is Cadet. Trying to find there's a shot on McPherson while he was down low, nothing called. There's another chance by McPherson to tip it in. And St. Clair tries to throw the body there hard. McPherson getting involved there with another assist. He got a goal the other night. He's been showing up here in the last couple games, but overall, everybody's been going here for Moncton. Everybody's had their moments at some point in this game, for sure. Stretch pass off the mark. Icing called.
So currently, Jamie, penalty count is 8 for our Hawks and 2 for the Rivermen. So quite a discrepancy, but we will make a point to notice that there was a little bit of a potential gaffe there that led to a goal.
Well, you gave them their chances to get back into it.
Yeah,
sure,
they did for sure.
But 8-2 seems a little much, especially when a team is controlling the play. Normally, it's a team trying to fight their way back that's just getting outplayed, maybe down a couple goals. Either way, Hawks are moving and grooving here tonight. Done a great job finding the back of the net on the power play. Killed off a bunch of penalty kills. The game's not over yet. Shard taken to the ground, but no penalty called there. And Rivermen walk in and they try to go upstairs. That goes up and over the net. Martin now a little chip out of the zone. Center ice. Both teams battle. It gets knocked in deep. Casey applies a little pressure, but it's dropped back. Miramichi trying to find a little momentum here through the neutral zone, but the Hawks able to clog it up. Boudreau tries to get it over to Arsenault, but can't quite reach. That's offside. 3:08 to go.
Cormier not out there with his regular line. He's off to the side here on the bench, wondering if he's feeling that shot he took off the ankle earlier.
Well, I believe the most goals we've scored in regular season has been 7. First ever matchup in regular season play against Miramichi, it was 7-1. We may not be able to reach that mark today. Miramichi looking for one last valiant effort as that one trickles up and over everyone and then goes sideways to the left of McLaughlin. Turn and fire is Malenfant off a skate wide. Cornette Patterson pushes that around the board. Oh, and sent out from a sharp angle. Looks like Rivermen are going to pull the goalie, get 6 people out on the ice. So they put their big gunners on, just hoping for a miracle here now. Starts with the draw. Moncton goes straight through, tries to pick up that loose puck. Like I said, they've been doing a good job overall tonight. The puck has been won by the Rivermen a few times, but Moncton at least has shot straight through to get that loose puck. Miramichi able to control it in the zone, however. Back up to the point. And a couple bodies in front. Puck's loose in the slot area, but lots of waving sticks allows nothing to get through. Cadet, can he get there? Oh, nice little Hamilton stretch to knock that puck away from Cadet. And the defenseman will take a goal by any means. Empty net or no empty net. Casey goes for the empty net, tipped by Hamilton. And it was going to be missing the net. Hamilton tried to knock it down and redirected it towards the net. Casey, after a great job on a lot of the penalty killing today, able to get credited for something.
Yep, reward there for all the hard work.
Moncton Hawks, 6 goals, scorer number 7, David Casey, a 1 minute 16 seconds. That's the Moncton Hawks, 6 goals, scorer number 7, Casey, a 1:16.
That one knocked out of play. Less than a minute to go here now. Hawks most likely gonna leave on a 2-game home winning streak, as they were able to beat the Flyers in overtime 3-2 Friday night. And one of the better games we've seen all year by both parties. Rivermen trying to get one more before it's over, but McLaughlin will have something to say about that. And now from behind the net, tried to bank it off the goalie. That one hits one of the Rivermen right under the mask. He's down with 30 seconds to go. This one will get blown down. 25 seconds to go. He catches it right up under the chin, it looked like. So that puck just sort of...
Yeah, you never heard any padding hit. Yeah, that's one of the more dangerous things that can happen in a hockey game. Getting a puck to the throat.
Well, it looks like Miramichi is going to leave this weekend with a couple of 6-2 losses. But everybody's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, glad to see that. That doesn't seem to be too serious. Good getting an opportunity in the face-off circle here.
Well, it can't get any worse. And a win! A face-off win! And a chance right off. The face-off win by Robinson, who tried to throw that towards the net for a tip, but it tips out of bounds. Can he go 2 for 2 though? That is the question. It's even on his wrong side, Tony. Another win by Gannett. He's our future face-off man. That's a shot again for the boy to rebound scores. Oh my goodness. Talk about win a face-off, get a shot on net, and look for some scraps. Well, it worked out there. It may not show up on the scoreboard, I'm not sure, but that's a cadet assist for sure. He's getting another one, Tony. It's center ice. Oh, he doesn't quite go 3 for 3, but I guess center ice is not as valuable as an in-zone face-off, for sure. Well, the Hawks able to match their highest scoring amount of the year at 7, although they did score 9 in a jamboree against the Voyageurs, who later folded after that tournament. But that was exhibition play. So this is a high mark for them. So they'll leave this weekend on a good note with 4 games remaining. We'll see what they can pull off. A great game by the Hawks. And finally, at some point, we hope to have a full squad again. I guess most teams can say the same thing. As Ray Fuse, we talked about him missing. He'll be out for a couple games, at least 4 or 5, 4 more. So we'll see what happens, if that gets appealed or not. And we'll see you next week as we'll take on the Fredericton Caps at home, and then followed by a Saturday game, I believe, in Fredericton. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you then.